days.
Cock.
Cock.
Chat, show me your favorite rare emote.
Rare.
Ooh. Hello, Forsen. Listen to me.
Alright.
If you do not remove the Zulu emote right now, I will call my tiger mafia to kidnap your family. Embrace Zulu. Reject Zulu, please. Ooh.
Mike for ants.
Semen. People will say this is fake and scripted. But I was bot cameraman, this is our real big retard players.
Alright, how is the mic now? Is it good? And every time I plug in the motherfucking PlayStation 4 controller, too loud? It's not too loud. Just decrease your fucking stream audio or some shit, alright? Every time I plug it in, it always fucks with my shit for like a long time afterwards. I'm a max. It's max already. What do you mean it's max? I said turn it down. You retard. There's no max turn down. I guess there is, but then you wouldn't be able to hear what the fuck I'm saying. Because it would be muted. Muted. We got some beautiful people today. Is that it? Hanging around. La Casa. You. Yes, you. You're doing fabulously, I suppose. Yes, very good. Can you go Windows settings and uncheck that Windows control your voice volume? You say that as if that is easy to find. Windows. You have to be very literal when you're talking to me, alright? Because I will search for Windows settings. And if I don't find it first try, I will not try again. Alright? Yes. Not even first try. Alright, let's see. Mini Royale just got a big update. Mini Royale. Yeah, that was a pretty dank game. I feel like it's winnable, even though I didn't win. But I feel like it's winnable. But yeah. Let's see here. We got some clowns, Roonies, Serody Twix. Welcome back, Colonel Schlong. Barcode with the 3 years. GFE, Mr. Force. Thank you, man. Enjoy new Diamond E budge. Budges, frozen budges, yeah. They nerfed hunter pets in SOD like a week ago. Why is that a lull E, man? Why is that a lull E, man? That's not funny, alright? You just gave me the fun fact of fun fact, alright? Not fun. I don't even play SOD, motherfucker. We weren't even talking about hunters, okay? Get your comedy in check before I check it. Catch me outside, 1 second.
Hello, Mr. Forsen. Hello, chat. Happy Friday. I have an announcement. Listen to me carefully. Oh, 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 oh. Brother Forsen Muhammad convert to Islam. Oh, LYL.
Alright. Very good. Let's check out some links and also no further links. Yes? Thank you.
My people, sons and daughters of Helgan.
The fuck?
For many years, we have been a broken nation. Shunned, oppressed, and conquered by those we sought to escape. 10 years ago, I asked for time, and that time was granted by you. You, the strength in my arm, the holders of my dreams.
This much I vow. The history of these days will be written in blood. By crushing the armies of our enemy, by seizing the weapons they thought to turn against us, we were fighting for our very existence. But if there are those who would deny us peace, refuse us our rightful place in the universe, then we will unleash such terrible vengeance that generations yet unborn will cry out in anguish.
For years we have suffered unbearable hardships, banished by our enemies to die from disease, from famine. They scarred us, they weakened us, but that time has passed. For years we worked away on empty stomachs, slowly rebuilding our strength, our pride, and our nation. But that time has passed.
Our forefathers embarked on the greatest exodus in the history of all mankind. An exodus for freedom. Helgan became that freedom. Our new world changed our bodies. At first, it weakened us, but in fact, we were growing stronger. In the time
Mold
you have
virus.
given me, I have rebuilt our nation. I have rebuilt our strength. And I have rebuilt our pride. Our enemies at home have been re-educated. We have given them new insights into our cause. On this day, we stand united once more. On this day, those driven to divide us will hear our voice. On this day we shall act as one, and we shall be ignored no more!
General Adams, sir!
We will smite the invaders from our skies!
I don't know if he's the good or bad guy.
Never again
Never played Killzone.
Never again endure their oppression. Never again endure their tyranny. We will strike without warning and without mercy, fighting as one hand, one heart, one soul. We will shatter their dreams and haunt their nightmares, drenching our ancestors' grave with their blood. And as our last breath tears at their lungs, as we rise again from the ruins of our cities, defenders of the Helghast dream, now is our time!
You are a neocon! You might fancy yourself to be a liberal, to be an intellectual, to be above that, but you are no different than a Christian fascist neocon!
If you don't support the Houthis, you are a Christian fascist neocon. Oh my god. Why would you lie like that? Like, at any point...
Is there more so we can't claim that you're clip chimping? I don't...
Like, does he really think I've ever...
It's not the fact that he's a music school dropout that makes him bad, or...
Do you threaten us with what we are waiting for, son of a Jew? Son of a Jew is a popular slang among Arabs. Jew in most Arabic dialect means stingy. It is racist and very stereotypical, but it's a word that completely lost its meaning, and most people have been using it blindly for decades without connecting it to the Jews. We've put literal war criminals on TV and asked them what they think about shit. But Hasan supports the guy! Why do you guys keep ignoring this? Hasan actually supports this guy!
أكيد يعني منذ الطفولة وأنا أشاهد ون بيس لوفي.
Anime is what's it called? I don't remember.
Is it Lofi?
Yeah, he said he's been watching it since he was a kid.
Oh, haram. Oh, and he has been watching it. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, he's been watching it since he's a kid? He looks like he's really young though, probably in his early 20s, so he's probably only halfway through.
Sick. Yes. Yes. That's fire. That's so fire. Oh my god. Dude, we think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do. You should tell him that.
God, he's so cringe. He's like such a cringe loser. I would pay we'd raise $1 million to send this dude to go fight in Yemen, and then all of us would volunteer for the Navy. Holy shit, he's such a cringe, LARPing loser. I cannot believe, like, nobody in the history, no fascist ever could have dreamed of such an amazing representation of socialism as the most anti-American, like, pro-Islamic terrorist, Turkish immigrant loser that is, like, cheering on attacks on some merchant ships as this multi-millionaire guy living in West Hollywood. Like, it is the most unbelievably, hilariously stupid way to envision socialism and socialist advocacy. Like, this would be shit that you would make in like 1990. This is some shit you'd imagine. Like, oh, like, what are socialists in the future? You're like, oh, I bet they're probably gonna be some spoiled rich kid living in West Hollywood talking to Islamic terrorists that are cheering on terrorism, probably. I bet that's what they like. And you'd be like, Mom, shut up. Okay, socialists are real people. What you're describing is a caricature of a socialist. This is when it actually happened. Calm the f. Like, and here we are. Jesus Christ. My God. Okay. The brain rot and the cope on this shit, where people talk about me bringing on like Fuentes or Lauren Southern, is unbelievably retarded. Like, even if it was the case that I brought on Lauren and Nick together and all we did was play video games and had a jolly old time and like laughed and cheered with each other, even if I did that, it wouldn't be at the level of what Hasan did. In order to get to the level of what Hasan did, I would have to bring on Lauren and Nick, and I would have to cheer for white supremacists. That would be the equivalent thing. Nobody is mad because he's just talking to a dude.
1 hour, 13 minutes? What
They're
the
mad
fuck,
because he
man?
supports...
Okay, I'm not... I don't know what it's about, but it's politics, so...
festivities. A cradle drowning in dreams, a haven for the cowardly. The family has summoned guests for its grand celebration. The bone and blood will flow from the destruction as an offering to them. Children of the flame, this marks your rite of passage. Akash, I lit a fire in your eyes and showed you music of the strings. Serenade the celebration and hush the harmony into muted awe. It will be done, Father. Dubra, I set your form alight and taught you mastery of the blade. Temper it with sulfur, name the elation, and let the performer's blood and tears pour into the abyss.
As you wish, Father.
Katerina, I kindled a flame in your heart and granted you blood of fire. Use your wrath to shatter the preservation sanctum and build their gold to create a statue of our savior.
You got it, old man.
And Constance at last. My most ambitious and exceptional child. There is nothing more to teach you. Just remember, without Peliconi's midnight hour, strip away all they hold dear, and leave naught but the remembrances too.
She won't be necessary. I can take them alone.
Katerina, a little pessimism might be wise. What if we all end up dead?
Since when have those on the path of destruction feared death?
Still, it is wise to plan ahead, Father.
What is our fallback if things become perilous?
Fall back! Such a thing does not exist. Destruction is brave and heroic. To cling to life is to delay in cowardice. Relish Penacone, savor its invitation. Prepare this beautiful dream to welcome its new master from Fedora. Ifrit, Duke Inferno, Everflame Mansion.
Now you know.
On July 6th, 2013, one of the darkest days of 21st century railroading occurred in the small town of Lac-Mégantic, located in the eastern region of Quebec, Canada, on a lake of the same name. The accident highlighted many issues from negligence to unsafe business practices that led to this disaster. And believe it or not, this accident, while somewhat forgotten today, was more crucial than most would ever think.
Oui, t'inquiète pas pour moi, okay?
The accident was crucial.
Oh mon Dieu! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Oh my God.
Before we talk about the accident, we need to dive into the history of the railroad involved and the line in question that runs through Lac-Mégantic. The rail line was built in the 1880s as part of the Canadian Pacific's final link in their transcontinental system between Montreal and Saint John, New Brunswick, with the section east of Lac-Mégantic known as the International Railway of Maine. The line saw both freight and passenger trains, including Canadian Pacific's Atlantic Limited, later known as Via Rail's Atlantic, which ran 3 times a week from Montreal and Quebec to Halifax, Nova Scotia, until being cancelled for good on December 16, 1994. The rail line was owned and operated by Canadian Pacific until being sold in segments in January of 1995. The eastern half of the line between Brownville Junction and St. John was sold to J.D. Ivering, which established two subsidiaries, the Eastern Main Railway and the New Brunswick Southern Railway. The western half of the line between Brownville Junction toward Montreal was sold to Iron Road Railways, or IRR, a US-based company which established a subsidiary called the Canadian American Railroad. IRR filed for bankruptcy for its subsidiary in the fall of 2002. The main line from Saint-Jean-de-Richelieu to Brownville Junction was sold to Railworld Incorporated, and in January 2003, Railworld formed the Montreal, Maine, and Atlantic Railway, or MMA for short, as a subsidiary who operated the tracks and engaged in aggressive cost-cutting for their freight operations and started to defer in maintenance of all categories almost since day one, much like Penn Central did when they first merged in 1968.
This one would be perfect. He has the
one
best
of the
voice for
cost-cutting
it.
measures even included one-man train crews, where the only man on the train is the engineer. There's no conductors nor brakemen. We'll get back to that pretty soon. Their fleet contained a handful of old EMDs like GP7s, a GP9, and even a handful of SD40-2s, sometimes even borrowing some from leasing companies. But the majority of the fleet consisted of older General Electric units in varying conditions, like ex-Santa Fe B-23-7s, ex-Burlington Northern C-30-7s, and a
Like, he
lot
goes way
of B-39-8Es,
way
with
into
only 2
detail.
receiving an
Like,
official
no one
MMA
knows
livery.
this shit but you, man. Like, you don't have to
From the
tell me
get-go,
fucking
things
train
started to go wrong
brands,
for
alright?
MMA.
Fucking
With 2 of the
serial
railway's
numbers. Like,
largest
what the
customers,
fuck?
a pair of Great Northern
No one
paper
knows this
mills
shit, man.
in Millinocket and East Millinocket
48 minutes?
declared bankruptcy and
Bro.
shut down.
On Halloween night, 1973, 9-year-old Lisa Ann French was trick-or-treating alone in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, when she approached the home of neighbor Gerald M. Turner. Finding the front door slightly open, she peeked inside and called out, "Trick or treat." Gerald Turner lured Lisa French into his house with promises of candy before brutally raping and strangling her in his bedroom. He then placed her body and clothing into several garbage bags before leaving her remains next to a farm just outside Fond du Lac. Police and 1,500 volunteers searched for Lisa and conducted door-by-door interviews with nearby houses and neighbors. It was during these interviews that police first grew suspicious of Gerald Turner. Turner had a pending case involving the sexual assault of a young babysitter, and his story for what he was doing on Halloween night set off red flags with police. On November 3rd, 1973, the owner of the farm discovered Lisa Ann's nude body and alerted police. Turner would be questioned by police 2 more times before they requested a sample of his hair and a fiber sample from the bedspread on his mattress. The hair and fiber samples were found to be a match with the ones pulled off Lisa's body. In fall of 1974, police conducted another interview with Turner and requested he take a polygraph test, but Turner refused. After pressure from law enforcement, Turner reluctantly took the polygraph. Police were not satisfied with the mostly inconclusive results of the test, but Turner would not take it a second time. At one point during the interview, Turner suggested to investigators that Lisa's death may have been an accident. After 2 more hours of questioning, Turner confessed to the rape and murder of Lisa Ann French. Turner was sentenced to 38 years in prison for second-degree murder, sexual perversion, enticing a child for immoral purposes, and indecent behavior with a child. However, due to regulations on prisoners with good behavior getting time taken off, Turner's sentence was cut in half, and he was paroled in 1992. In 1993, authorities realized Turner had been released too early, so he was sent back to prison to serve his remaining 6 years. Before he was released, an unsent letter addressed to Lisa Ann French was found in Turner's cell. "Dear Lisa, I doubt that I could ever fully realize the terror you experienced at my hands. For that night of the children to have started out so joyous for you, only to end so tragically, will haunt me forever. I can still see you standing in the doorway with that felt hat beaming at having recognized me. Then I see the delight in your eyes turn to fear as I close the door behind you. The rest of my life I will have to live with what I did to you. On that night, I became a monster. I do swear to you on forfeiture of my life, I will never harm another child. Many fought against Turner's release and claimed he was still a violent sexual predator. However, he was paroled in 1998. In 2003, Gerald Turner violated his parole and was sent back to prison for 15 years for viewing and being in the possession of hardcore pornography. Gerald Turner is due to be released on February 7th, 2018.
Like, they're not allowed, I don't understand, he's not allowed to have normal pornography? Because he's a sex offender? Hardcore pornography. What is hardcore? I don't know what that is. In 98, that's probably normal porn now, no? Right? Well, that's like not even joking. I am actually dead serious. Probably CP. No, then he would have said that specifically. He just said hardcore porn. I don't know. I feel like it's normal porn nowadays.
Ready? Go.
1, 2.
Keep it up.
Oh, I like this.
Okay. Ready? Go. That's it. Keep it up. You can do a little more. That's it. Nice. You can do more. Keep it up. That's it. You can do more. Amazing. You're not done yet.
Okay.
Worms Armageddon best shot. Classic. Okay. This guy is so fucking proud, man, of his fucking RNG shit. Alright. Look at this guy. That was actually legit. The first time it was actually skill. mean, it's just... Most of these are just luck, I'll be honest. Airstrike, homing, I can't see. Okay. Alright. Very good, very skill, very boomer game. Grain Raw, thank you man, welcome. Necronix with the gifted sub, and SCV, Zeroza, AV, thanks for the subs. Resub is... What is a Xenophobe again? Xeno... Like change? Xeno... I thought it was alien. Alien? Don't like foreigners.
Okay, my name's Alex Hall. I'm the founder of The Big O. We're looking for £150,000 worth of investment for a 15% stake in our company. About 3.5 years ago, I saw a niche in the market for a pre-packed, marinated, delicatessen-style olive to put alongside crisps and peanuts for the pub and bar market. We wanted to build an olive brand as KP is to peanuts, Walker's is to crisps. We wanted to be the Big O is to olives. And had it not been for major teething problems with our Spanish suppliers, we'd be well on our way to achieving our business plan. Numbers-wise, our plan wants to deliver 4.5 million turnover within 3 years, and that's actually incredibly conservative.
Alex is looking for £150,000 and is prepared to give away 15% of her company. Dragon's Den rules dictate she must get at least what she asks for, or she won't get a penny.
So, tell me, how have you funded
Guys,
getting to this stage?
I've got a business brain. You know, I'm always thinking of ideas. And I got a prototype pot made for nothing and said, I want olives in here with a 6-month shelf life.
Who designed the tree?
Me.
You designed the tree, so you own the rights to that tree?
Yeah.
All this design's been registered and trademarked?
Yes, the pole and the dispenser is patented.
With the packaging finished and the patents in place, the business seems promising. And new dragon Theo Paphitis is clearly enjoying the taste of the product. Doug Richard, though, wants to know more about the market for the Big O.
Did I understand that your inspiration for the product and the way it's designed and the packaging and the ease of use, you said you wanted to be right next to the other sort of snacks that one gets when they're buying a beer?
The inspiration was for the pub and bar market.
So can you just talk me through what evidence you currently have, what level of success you've had in reaching that pub and bar market?
Right, well, yes, I mean, I can.
Good.
The phone rings all day and we don't have any product to sell them.
That's a lovely anecdote, but I was actually looking for a little more sort of substance than that.
No, well, you'll get more substance. Basically, I don't know, what do you want to know, big names?
I'm just looking to know that your product is actually being used by a customer that they like, and that there's some sort of evidence to support that. Real straightforward question.
Well, yes, I mean, it is straightforward, although our sales don't reflect what the company could do because we've had inconsistent suppliers.
Just tell us how many of these one pub sells in a week?
Sorry, I can't answer that question so directly because it's so different. You know, you might get your country village pub that's selling 1 every 3 days, right? But you might get your busy city pub that will be selling 48 in a day. It varies. I mean, E&O...
Well, average, how many of these is one pub selling? Is it 10 or is it 100?
1. 1 a day.
Alex has finally given the dragons an answer, but it's not the one they were looking for. The big O may look good, but its slow sales have astonished the dragons, and the business looks fragile. In spite of her resistance, Theopophetus is determined to find out how these sales translate into revenue.
Alex, when did you start supplying bars?
November 2003.
Right, 2003. And what's been the turnover of sales so far?
I can answer that question, but I don't think it's that relevant because we've had very inconsistent supply.
It's absolutely relevant.
Why?
Because I want to know what you've sold since November 2003 in revenue.
I'm sorry, but the relevance of that, I mean, if we had had continual supply...
But you didn't have continual supply.
Yeah, no, we didn't. And we haven't been able to get our hands on another
how much turnover have you done in that time?
We have 1,200 customers on limited supply.
Alex, please answer the question.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to answer that question because it's not relevant. It's not relevant.
It is to me. If you're not going to answer my question, then I'm out. I'm out.
Alex's defensive behaviour has cost her the interest of Theopophetus, and it's not endearing her to the rest of the dragons either. Duncan Bannatyne
It's not
wants some
relevant.
straight answers.
Alex, tell me exactly, what is the problem you had with your Spanish supplier? Explain it.
Have you ever dealt with the Spanish?
Never.
Right. Well, is anyone Spanish here? Dishonesty might be number one, key number.
In what way?
One. Well, they'd say things or put something in the product that shouldn't be in the product and wouldn't let us know, so it wouldn't be on the label. They were just totally dishonest.
Alex is on a collision course. She needs £150,000, but her sweeping statements about the Spanish have pushed Doug Richard over the edge.
You really caught me off guard when you maligned an entire nation because one supplier. You really, it makes you sound like you're a wild gun. Telling me that all of the Spanish are dishonest. Have you ever dealt with the Spanish? Yes, I've dealt with honest Spanish and dishonest Spanish. If that's the kind of comment you're willing to make, God only knows what else you'll say. And so I lose some faith in your judgment there. So I won't be investing.
Doug Richard is out, and things are about to get worse.
Alex, if you look deep down inside yourself, you know this product doesn't sell, and that's your problem. So really, you haven't got a production problem. That's not the problem.
It is.
You can't buy enough
have any
because
stock.
okay. I just, you know, Alex, you just won't listen to anybody. I just don't think you know why you're giving ears, and I'm out.
Alex has now lost the interest of 3 dragons, but she's still refusing to acknowledge their concerns. Only Rachel Elnor and Peter Jones are left, and her bid for the £150,000 investment is on the verge of collapse.
Alex, I'm Peter. I'm sitting here and I'm absolutely baffled. I think it's firstly one of the worst pitches I've seen to date.
Sorry.
You've mentioned that you've got a business brain. I've yet to see any inclination that you actually know what you're doing.
Right.
So the biggest problem that I've got is I'm now focusing on somebody that actually I don't want to invest in, regardless of how good this is. So you've completely lost me, you've lost my interest, and I'm also out.
Rachel Elnor is Alex's last hope.
You've come across as incredibly hard work, and this is your pitch, where you're selling yourself and your olive product and your business concept to us. Business is about problems, and actually one of the biggest tests of a successful entrepreneur is whether you can successfully get over those hurdles or whether they defeat you.
Which we're doing.
Well, it's 2.5 years down the line. You've got through all of your cash, and all you can say is, really, it's the supplier's fault that you haven't created a successful business. Now, actually, I quite like the product, and I personally like olives a lot, and I can see there's a gap in the market. Whether you can actually make it work or not is quite another matter, and that's where I would have the problem in investing. So it's not one for me, so I'm out.
She's out.
Alex has been...
Bye-bye. No olives for you.
Yo, Simply Hyper, I appreciate that, man. Okay, see, now we're done, just like that. You know what? Tyon, you just left them on for a minute longer. Thank you. No! No! Yeah, see, we're done. That's it. Yo, Elite E4. Thank you, man. Thank you, Elite E4. Never mind. Oh no. Dude, shut up, man! No! I'm not throwing cheeks! I don't wanna! Dude, what do you mean your favorite meatball? You can't just say, hey, my favorite guy, or something like that? Shut up! Shut up! Yo, dumb boy, thank you for being a shining light in a world of absolute peril. Thank you. See, now we're done because Cam Dog's wildin' already. Now I gotta shut them things off. Yo, thank you.
Triggered by pixels.
Thank you.
He's not even triggered. He's just
Thank you.
RPing.
How nice of you!
Is that not obvious or what?
Dude, you are disgusting! You're actually disgusting! Yeah! They're actually not that bad today, not gonna lie. They're actually not that bad today. Hey, buddy, you're about to get absolute...
It's time for the Family Feud!
Okay, see, that one's pretty bad.
Lucky McCoy. Lords, by answering our survey questions. Whichever team scores the most points
They're not that
gets
bad.
the benefit of going first in fast money and the chance to win a whole pot of gold. It's time. You can do it. What do you think? Answer is there. You'll steal the point.
Not funny. Zoomer humor. I'm guessing this is the original, in which case I have seen it already many times, including on stream. Na 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 na. Is that Anakin?
Welcome. I believe there has been a misunderstanding. We really don't have to be enemies.
You murdered your sister. The Force is out of balance. I have to stop you.
Must you? There is no use for such crude implements here. I have a gift for you.
I have had enough of your trickery.
Oh, but you'll like this one, I promise. What if I could show you the future?
No. No. Stop it.
Know yourself. Know what you will become.
I will not look.
The Force is strong.
You were my brother, Anakin.
Powerful Sith you will.
I hate you.
I hate you.
No. No. I will do such terrible things.
Yes. But it doesn't have to be that way. The choice is still yours to make.
How?
The future, by its nature, can be changed. Join me, and together we will destroy this Emperor you see in your visions. Then we shall end war, corruption, and suffering throughout the galaxy.
Will we bring peace?
Of course.
Huh? So it's not canon? Because there's no way he knew he was gonna become Darth Vader. This is the Clone Wars, right? During that movie. There's no way he knew. His memories are erased. Oh, okay. That makes more sense then. The long road to the White House.
Would you like to be the President of the United States?
I really don't believe I would run it, but I would like to see somebody as the President who could do the job, and there are very capable people in this country.
Why wouldn't you dedicate yourself to public service?
Because I think it's a very mean life. I would love and I would dedicate my life to this country, but I see it as being a mean life, and I also see it as somebody with strong views.
His head is so big, right?
And somebody with the kind of views that are maybe a little bit unpopular, which may be right, but may be unpopular, wouldn't necessarily have a chance of getting elected against somebody with no great brain but a big smile.
This sounds like political
Maybe
presidential
not.
talk to me, and I
Just
know
look
people
like
will
that
talk
in
to you
that
about whether or not you
angle.
want to run. Would you ever?
Probably not, but I do get tired of seeing the country ripped off.
Why would you not?
I just don't think I really have the inclination to do it. I love what I'm doing. I really like it.
Also, it doesn't pay as well.
No, it doesn't. But, you know, I just probably wouldn't do it, Oprah. I probably wouldn't, but I do get tired of seeing what's happening with this country. And if it got so bad, I would never want to rule it out totally, because I really am tired of seeing what's happening with this country, how we're really making other people live like kings, and we're not.
You've said, though, that if you did run for president, you believe you'd win.
Well, I don't know. I think I'd win. I tell you what, I wouldn't go in to lose. I've never gone in to lose in my life. And if I did decide to do it, I think I'd be inclined, I would say that I would have a hell of a chance of winning, because I think people, I don't know how your audience feels, but I think people are tired of seeing the United States ripped off. And I can't promise you everything, but I can tell you one thing, this country would make one hell of a lot of money from those people that for 25 years have taken advantage. It wouldn't be the way it's been, believe me.
But you might be classified as an Eastern Republican. Fair?
Well, I guess you could say that, yes.
Which means kind of a Rockefeller, Chase Manhattan Republican?
I never thought of it in those terms.
How do you define it? Are you a Bush Republican?
No, I think I'm really, the people that I do best with are the people that drive the taxis. You know, wealthy people don't like me because I'm competing against them all the time, and they don't like me, and I like to win. The fact is, I go down the streets of New York, and the people that really like me are the taxi drivers and the workers, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, I really get a great response.
Why are you a Republican?
I have no idea. I mean, I am a Republican because I just believe in certain principles of the Republican Party.
You have flirted with the idea of politics. Now you're here at your first national convention. Does that get you interested in possibly making the plunge?
Now you have to tell me something. Who told you I flirted?
Well,
I didn't know that I flirted with.
Well, you took out full-page ads in the New York Times to talk about your foreign policy. Some people would say...
I do feel very strongly about the country. I love the country.
You've become a role model in this country. The reason that your book sells, the reason that your board game sells, is because people are looking to leaders. People are looking for values, and you're one of the people. And it's no, you may dismiss it, but people are talking about, you know, Donald Trump for president. What they're really talking about is Donald Trump, show us the way. Be the true white hat.
I'm, again, somebody that has a good instinct financially. I have had historically. I've followed markets. I've been going in the right direction, whether it's New York real estate or stocks or whatever. I know from a common sense financial standpoint that something has to burst. When a country is losing billions and billions and billions of dollars a year, and when other countries are making hundreds of billions of dollars, something is going to burst, and it's going to start here. I know it. It's a question of when. To me, it's not a question if, it's a question of when. And unless we're going to solve our problem, and the problem is caused by our allies, unless we're going to solve that problem, this country is in very, very big trouble. And I'm not talking recession kind of trouble, I'm talking depression kind of trouble.
Would you really like to take over and run the country as you have run your organization?
I would much prefer that somebody else do it. I just don't know if the somebody else is there. I don't know if we have the kind of advocate that you need. We need major surgery. This country needs major surgery.
Are you the surgeon?
I think I do a fantastic job, but I really would prefer not doing it.
Are you saying you will take it over?
I don't know why he was so like even 89. Why was he so famous? I don't get it. Like, what the fuck had he done until that point? Inherited some money or what? Like, I don't get it. Just being rich, yeah, but I mean, alright. Like he was in like all the wrestling and fucking Home Alone and like all these interviews. There are people way richer than him, you know, doing Wall Street. So what was his deal? I don't know. Zero Zol, thank you for 32, 8 months. Zivi, Avi, I think it was. He made books and board games. Did he make board games? Yeah, they said it. I was like, huh? What board game would that be? Donald Trump, the board game?
Hey, I'm what you need, I'm what you want, I got it all. A carnivore, I'll bring you up, I'll take you down. I'm sticky sweet, stuck in your teeth like cotton candy. Cotton candy. Cotton candy. Cotton candy. I'm what you want, not what you need. Hey, I don't know why I'm what you want, but it's the truth. I'm not your lie. Let them eat cake, let them eat pie, or better yet, let them eat cotton candy. Cotton candy.
Yeah. This is a song request, man. I literally have a fucking no song request thingy. Alright. Don't try it with me, man.
Ever wonder where those little insects crawling around your bathroom came from? Bad news. Your drain. With all that fluffy hair, it looks like a tiny moth. And some do call it a moth fly. But a fly it is. A drain fly. It's called clogmia. How appropriate. It grew up over several weeks, out of sight, among things you thought you'd washed away. Drain flies sneak in from the outside, through a crack in an old pipe, for example, to sip some water they sensed with this long mustache, their maxillary palps. And here on the plentiful gunk in your pipes, they'll grow a family. Welcome, little one. The larva is the length of an eyelash. That gunk it lives in, those are bits of you. Hair, saliva, and food. They make a nice meal for bacteria and fungi, which form this dark, living slime called a biofilm. This is what the larvae feed on. It also keeps them well moisturized. If the larva ends up submerged, it can still chow down. It sweeps slime particles out of the water with a hairy mouth part called the labrum. And rakes them in with its mandibles. Underwater, it breathes with a bubble on its backside that it collected at the surface. This allows it to venture through deep pools in your pipes. When larvae, or the more grown-up pupae, like this guy here, end up in a toilet bowl, it can be a shock. You might think the squigglers came out of you. Oh. Don't worry, they can't live inside us. And even though the drain flies in your bathroom muck around in bacteria, they don't really spread it to humans. They're not interested in landing on us or even leaving the bathroom. They're in their happy place. When you wash your hands, they protect themselves from the water with their hairy wings. Each hair has ridges that trap air so that drops roll right off. And if they're caught off guard by a sudden surge, the flies skate across. But they're not invincible. When they get trapped underwater long enough, they can drown.
Really?
If you find you really need to get rid of them, drain cleaner helps, but it won't keep them away forever. There will always be some slime left behind, deep in your pipes, that could attract the flies again. So if they want it, why not let them have it? Laura here. Did you know that flies have a secret
handshake? I didn't know that.
You are trash, bro.
Oh, dude, I'm not. These guys are cheaters, dude.
You just suck.
Fuck off, man. Boys, I made sandwiches. Dalton Bartholomew Carnegie! Clean up this room. It's filthy. Get the fuck out of my room, Margaret. It's my room. I'll do whatever I want. Young man, clean up your room this instant. Get out, bitch! Stupid fucking whore. If you don't clean this room right now, I'm going to tell your father, and he is going to take away your Fortnite. You better fucking watch yourself. Clean this room. You have 2 weeks. Fucking bitch. Hey, let's just keep playing Fortnite, man. So what's up, Dalton, bro? Should I run squads or what should I do? Hey, you good, bro? Yeah. I'm gonna go to the bathroom really quick. I'll be right back. Oh, okay. I'm gonna just be here playing Fortnite. Okay. He's gone. Okay. Dalton, did you finish cleaning your room? Dalton? What are you doing with your father's handgun? Because his shotgun only does 9 damage! Dalton!
Alright. Hey, Matt said over 2 years. I'm lonely. Can you fix that? Probably not.
Somebody tag in Donald Trump.
2 years, sir.
Donald Trump, if you can hear us, please, Donald Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald Trump, please. I'm asking you. Please save me. Please save me. Please get these people away from me. In dear God's name, please stop these people.
Why doesn't it just leave the vehicle? I don't get it.
They're breaking.
Yes,
sir.
Surely he will come to his rescue.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Hey, I hero thing for 3 years. Level 3, Forsen knee, Forsen fist. Thank you very much, man. Good badge, Caseoh, yo.
It's time for afternoon prayers, and the Muslim inmates in this California state prison are doing what was once forbidden, having an Islamic worship service.
People couldn't gather in groups to teach and to practice the religion.
Of the 3,832 inmates at Solano Prison, the chaplain estimates about 5% are practicing Muslims. The prison doesn't track religious identity, partly because it's so fluid.
And religious expression is a barometer for how Islam has evolved within the US penitentiary system. Hey guys, I'm Shreen, and today we've traveled to Solano Prison in Vacaville, California to explore how the world's fastest growing religion has had to fight to find a home in prison.
When I became Muslim, I was given a set of principles. Do this, don't do that. When in doubt, don't.
That's Jesse Burleson, who people here know as Hassani. He's been in prison for 31 years. Hassani is one of the practicing Muslims at Solano Prison, and they're part of the millions of people behind bars in the US. In fact, the United States has the largest prison population in the world. The more than 2.3 million people it had incarcerated by the end of 2017 were more than any other developed nation.
That number includes inmates at federal, state, and county prisons, and it's growing.
In a place where your housing, meals, and recreation time is highly constrained by rules, finding a way to practice your faith can be difficult.
These inmates have figured out a way to infuse their faith into their sentences.
One of the things that started me seeking something different was I was looking at the people that were around me who were older than I was, who had been in prison longer than me, and who had been on that same negative, self-destructive path, and me not being satisfied with what I was seeing in them. And at that time, I started going to religious services. It didn't matter if it was Muslim, Christian, Jewish. I went seeking a better way, and I believed in God, so I know that the only way I was going to change was through God.
He's just one of the Muslims that Solano chaplain Muhammad Ali interacts with on a daily basis. Ali is an imam who spent 4 years at this prison, helping people like Hassani explore their faith. He believes it can be an important part of their rehabilitation.
Religion is important to inmates because it connects them to something bigger than their circumstance. You have people who are here in prison, and there are a lot of things you can't control, whether it's your eating, whether it's your living condition. It really helps human beings feel a sense of connectedness to something beyond what's right in front of them.
But Islam's journey in penitentiaries has been complicated by prison culture and legal challenges.
Though nationally, Muslims make up 1% of the US population, that number is expected to double by 2050.
Some of that growth specifically comes from inmates converting to Islam behind bars. Islam's known for having a particularly strong presence in prisons. In fact, more people convert to Islam per capita than any other religion. Nationwide, Muslims make up 10 to 15% of prisoners.
Ali even said he has 1 to 2 inmates convert to Islam monthly, though that's not his goal.
What makes those statistics resonate more is knowing how difficult it was to get Islam accepted as a recognized religion within some prisons.
The prison administration, through their custody officers, wouldn't allow groups of Muslims to congregate over 3. And when they did, they would break them up.
That's Abdul Rauf Nasir, and he spent 30 years using his Islamic faith to help inmates in correctional institutions. He considered it social justice work and an active part of his faith. Back when he started in the 1970s, he says the prison system was full of subtle discrimination against Muslims. Some Muslim inmates at this prison sued in 1996 for greater access to religious services. Their demands included hiring a full-time Muslim chaplain and the ability to attend Friday prayers without penalties like demerits for leaving work.
Eventually, they did receive a full-time imam and their other demands.
Prison officials dispute this account. They say Muslim inmates were never denied access to their religion, and instead the constraints were reflective of staffing and organizational issues that were resolved. Nationwide, the legal pushes continue today. A 2013 report says that Muslims submitted the most religious discrimination complaints out of any other religious group in prison.
Islam and Muslim organizations in prisons, for the most part, are seen to be powerful because they've been there a long time. They have challenged the status quo of the prison system itself, legally and physically.
That quality of questioning power is easily identifiable with one of the religion's most notable converts.
Malcolm X.
All right. Thank you, 825 Z Game is with the 3 years. Should badge, sir.
Gary was alluding to is what is up next. It is for the WWE Championship. It is our fact.
Real, yes. Hey, Iron Man, thank you for the 5 years. Hi, BB. Way good, Ben. Celtic Rules, Redo. A minute, BNN, and a sauce, please fix. Thanks for 7, ladies. Alright, boys, I think we are very good there. Alright, beautiful, beautiful people all around me. Alright. We're checking out Pokemon with guns. Let's see what's up with this game. What is it all about? Released today, I think. Game capture. Alright, alright. Pale. Pale. Alright. No limit. VSync is off. Motion blur is off. Yes, very nice. Field of view 75. Let's crank that up to 90. Camera shake.
Hello, Forsen.
Yes.